Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host, Larry, and today we're back for another hardware review, this time taking a look at another microphone from TONOR, and this one is the TONOR ORCA Microphone 001, which is handy because it comes with a lot of frills and thrills. It's still just the quick plug it in once, plug and play, with one plug, no frills, no thrills, just plug it in and you can start recording and talking to your friends, along with a suite of other features that are kind of nifty. The first one being that I immediately noticed was this is going to sit on your desk like this, right? It's going to sit in your hand, which means if you have to like press a button on the front or something to mute it, that can be a little obnoxious when you want to quickly tap it so you don't cough in your friend's ears, or you're yelling at someone across your house, or like your pet starts barking or whatever. To fix that problem, there's actually a button on the top of the microphone, and you can just give it a quick tap. There you go. And like the light goes off on the front, and then you can give it another quick tap and it turns back on. And it's just a quick way to quickly mute your microphone on the fly so you know what's going on. And like a lot of the other microphones in the TONOR lineup, this is plug and play ready. There are two cables on the bottom here. There's the USB plug and the audio jack. You just plug it in and you can immediately start recording or talking to your friends. And then if you need like a pass-through to plug your headset into, there's one right there, which allows you to just have your headset on the end of your microphone so you don't have to mess around with 50 cables running 10 feet all the way back to your computer. Kind of handy, especially if you don't have a wireless headset yet. And the other thing that's kind of nifty is to tell what your volume is, there's actually a built-in RGB light, where the higher you turn this up, the colors change up and down until they eventually turn off. So I think that's kind of nifty. I do like having RGB, and I think the rest of the gaming world is quite a fan of the RGB universe, because everything glows now. In fact, the new computer that I'm building is going to be crazy glowy, so I'll probably eventually share that with the rest of the channel later. But for right now, let's go check out the unboxing side of things, shall we? So the microphone itself comes in a handy foam-lined box that makes it easy to store, or just make sure that it arrives safely to your house so nothing's damaged. And the outside of it just tells you, hey, this is the ORCA-001 USB microphone. And then on the outside of it, it'll tell you things like the various technical specs, along with the fact that this is perfect for audio programs like TeamSpeak, Discord, Skype, XSplit, OBS, and a whole host of other things. And then it's got the RGB indicator on the front, some quick audio controls, and a mute control, along with that mute control on the back. And it's got some fantastic noise reduction. We'll see that in a moment when I show you the audio quality inside of my audio recorder. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to pop this bad boy open. Again, this is a plug-and-play microphone. There's not a lot of complexity to this. You just plug it in and it should be ready to roll. But they do include a very nice picture-based instruction guide with some more fine details on the inside in the event that you find you need it. So there you have it. You can see all the goodies in there. And then inside is the microphone. There's a little clippy here so you can attach it to the end of a boom arm if you want it on the end of a boom arm that you put your other microphones on. And it also comes with a USB 3.0 cable that switches from regular USB 3.0 to USB-C. So that's really handy. Now inside here, there's a lot of foam. Like this thing's not getting damaged in transit, so you just pop that bad boy out. It's in there a little bit snug. And then there, you can see it's all nice and hunky-dory. It comes in its own stand that has its own little spring-loaded base, so you don't get a bunch of like wobble sounds if you slap your desk really hard when you get up to go grab a drink. And it's pretty nice construction, really. Like the main housing itself is metal. The stand is a very strong plastic. And the bands that hold it together are a very robust nylon that you can snap pretty hard and it won't break. It's really like a high quality like hairband, probably a little bit stronger than that even. And it moves, it rotates, it does everything you need it to do to fit comfortably onto your desk. And then again on the bottom, you have the USB-C plug for USB 3.0, along with an audio jack if you want to plug your headphones directly into the bottom for some audio pass-through. That way you don't need 50 different cables running all over the place. So now that we've had a look at that, I think it's time that we popped into my audio editor so we can have a listen to what this bad boy sounds like. Let me grab my handy dandy headphones and we can have a listen. So I've done this in two different sections. One is just the raw output, so like what you'd be hearing live from this microphone if you, say, chose to stream or just immediately start talking to your friends over a voice chat program. And the other one is what it sounds like once I have it inside of my editor. All right, so let's have a listen to the raw audio as it comes directly out of the microphone without any editing or adjustments to the volumes. This is just the standard audio that you'll hear, just plugging it in for the first time. This is an unedited audio sample from the ORCA-001 microphone, which does a pretty good job of capturing my voice without tweaking it too much, whereas some microphones kind of chop off the highs or the lows, and also doesn't do too bad a job of cutting out a lot of the background noise because I left a TV on the other side of the house so that you could compare it. So there you can hear just the raw input. I haven't edited this at all. You can still see all of the different chunks of the waveform where you can hear the background hum of my office and the sound, little teeny tiny bit of the sound of the television that I left on upstairs, so you can kind of get a feel for how much audio is getting captured by this microphone and what the quality sounds like out of the box. And it's pretty good. For a quick plug-and-play microphone, this one's not catching a lot of background noise. In fact, very little of it is being captured in the background. So here's what it sounds like once it's been run through the typical editing process that I do for all of my audio. Although, just for comparison's sake, I am right now off to the side here recording with a Blue Yeti Studio Pro microphone so that you can kind of understand what my audio sounds like versus the samples on the screen. For this sample, I will run the ORCA-001 microphone through my typical audio editing process so you can see what it sounds like when you're getting it ready for broadcast, so that you can use this microphone for everything from gaming with your friends and also for production. So you can kind of get a sense listening to these what this microphone's going to sound like when you actually want to plug it in and use it for both just talking to your friends when you're gaming, or even if you want to do some production recording, because honestly, in today's day and age, you don't really need to have like a $500 microphone in order to start doing some really nice voiceovers. And unlike some microphones that I've recorded in the past, this one doesn't have that problem with like having a hollow, tinny sound. It keeps the low notes in your voice and it keeps the high notes to keep a nice, well-rounded sound. So as you can hear from these two samples, this is a very strong plug-and-play ready microphone, and it's on the more budget conscientious side of microphone quality to price. And I believe, let's take another look at the website. This currently is retailing on Amazon for about $60, but it usually goes for around $86, $87 at your typical retail price when you want to buy this online when it's not on sale. So in the scale of microphones, it's a little bit more expensive on the budget side of the scale, but it's certainly not as expensive as, say, a studio microphone, and those can run up as much as $250 to like $350 for just the basic level models that you can get for streaming, for playing online with your friends, or just because you like good audio. So I would fully recommend this. It's a powerful microphone. It just plugs in really quick with just one plug on the bottom and it's ready to go. You don't have to tweak anything. You don't have to fiddle with anything. It's got a quick mute on the top. It's got a little LED indicator. It's got a little LED indicator on the front so you can know what your volume is. And I'd recommend this. This is a very nice microphone. Not too expensive, good quality audio. And it's got sort of the frills and thrills and design aesthetics that make it nice for the gaming populace because it glows. Got to get that RGB in there, right? So if you're interested in checking this microphone out for yourself, it's available online right now. I've got some links in the video description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.